I'm sure it's a big motivator for you, is just financial freedom for your kids and for you, so that you can support them. They're getting older, and same thing for me. I just want to be able to have the time and the money to like interact with the community and my friends on the best level. My name's Dale Ryder.
I'm Alex Walton.
We run Thrive Horticultural. Yeah, we do landscaping and maintenance around the Gold Coast. Yeah, I think one of the big reasons we got into the business is because we wanted to feed that passion, but didn't really have the advancement opportunities or the industry for us to slip right into.
Yeah, I think we both found that at jobs that we were working, there was no like advancement opportunities or anything, and we got talking and we're like, maybe we could make a place that did do that and help some guys out that were similar to us, stuck in positions that we didn't want to be in, and grow together.
I always wanted to own property, so I knew that we'd be able to use a lot of the landscaping stuff for us.
A bit of freedom to pick and choose what we wanted to do, and like I said, like take the business in the direction that we thought was lacking through where we could get jobs at the time.
I think we were both like strong environmentalists to start off with, and wanted to have a positive impact where we could, which is like actually planting trees and making the Gold Coast more green.
I think maybe the first time we employed people.
Yeah, definitely like getting the first couple of full-timers that run their own ute. We've got sort of autonomous crews. That was a big step, but now we've got 5 utes in the field, and so we're past that milestone. It feels a lot more like it when everything's happening the way it should for me. Like, you know, when money's coming in, the numbers are right and the bills are paid, really, you know, makes us feel good. All these sort of steps in business are massive milestones that feel really good, and getting those guys independent is an ongoing challenge, and obviously we're always hiring, so that's something we do regularly. But yeah, I think for me it felt like, you know, sustainable and really like powerful for us, because we can start to affect on more than just a personal level.
Yeah, for me, I think it was like we're really doing it now. Like it kind of solidified a lot of things in my mind, that we weren't just kind of making another job for ourselves. We were building a business together and like moving in that direction, and we've grown year on year doing that, and like we've never really looked back since. Before PT, we kind of were not stuck, but we wanted like answers and solutions to things that was really hard and I'd say draining on time that we could have been working on the business. Whereas what PT brought to us once we joined was like a lot of structure that we could almost immediately implement, that fixed a lot of kind of leaky holes in our boat.
It was like trying to scale and having employees and doing everything all at once, and then all of a sudden it was solutions instead of problems. So it was like, you know, not only the framework on how to talk through it with your coach, but the resources have been just so helpful. Even right now, we still like draw on resources to train new employees or someone coming into a new part of the business. So before we had PT, we just didn't have the like stepping stones to get to the right place, or if we did, we had to make them up as we went and just hope that they were the right idea.
Even being able to rely on the network of PT, of like other business owners, like they've not necessarily had the same problem, but a similar problem, and all of them have tried thousands of different solutions to that problem. So you can kind of quite quickly meta it out to be like, this is what we're going to try, because it sounds like it's worked for multiple other people. I think it was more just like time. We'd be both working in the field, and then we'd have to come back and do a lot of the business bookkeeping and everything.
Yeah, busy all the time.
A lot of due diligence things on that, and then feeling like you didn't have the time to go and look for an employee that would solve all those problems, because yeah, like it was just kind of a mindset of like, I don't have the time to do that, but it's going to save you so much time in the future.
Not to mention we had no money, because you know, we're chasing our tails trying to get everything done all the time.
I think we're both very persistent. Like, I don't know, I know I trust that Dale's kind of got my back and I've got his, and so that really helps us push through in hard times.
Yeah, I think what got us through is just having support and community and family, and I think Alex has got like a really strong family unit, and we sort of extend that out to the employees, and so that's what keeps us going.
I've said to Dale since we kind of started doing the business, I was like, I don't think I'll ever go back to working for someone else. Even if we got to a point where we sold the business or something, I think I just want to start another business.
Yeah, we've always said that was like, you know, if we get everything going really, really well and all of our time is freed up, what would you do? And both of us were always like, well, what else can we do? There might be another business. There might be like a landscaping yard that we could bring on as part of like a lateral diversification of our industry. For me, it was financials, 100%, like understanding and being diligent about the financials, having numbers to aim at, and like with PT, we get a lot of insights into the background of the financials that we just didn't have before. And then there was the hours and hours of learning that made me have the confidence that I have now, like to move forward. Whereas like before PT, it was a real guessing game, and I know I had opinions from other people, but nothing tried and tested.
I think I had like a lot more limiting beliefs, and identifying that kind of helped me see that you can just change your perspective on that and it changes the whole problem, and then you can move forward in a new direction. PT offered us a lot of structure around hiring. We just did it, implemented it, and then we were almost overloaded with applicants.
Instead of like having to decide every time what the next step is, you just follow the process, you just trust the process. And yeah, we found some really great employees, and it's a constant battle we hear with businesses have is finding good staff.
And it's probably like a constant thing for business owners to be in, because you're making so many decisions all day long. When you get to, like, for instance, something like that, you're stuck in the, oh, should I be doing this or shouldn't I, rather than just trusting the process that it's going to work. Thinking through those things helped me to just perceive them in a different way and then be able to solve them properly, rather than being just stuck on being like, no, you can't do that.
I think there's like a little bit of reluctancy to talk about money and talk about success with people, you know, that you grow up with socially or whatever. But being in a room with successful business owners, all getting behind each other, like constantly getting behind each other to push each other up and be like, yeah, no, you should be successful, you deserve to be successful, and you deserve more than what you could aim at. I think that was part of the limiting belief for me, was just not even knowing that like people out there wanted you to succeed and getting behind you, and there was like real community in that. A huge stress level difference, where because like once you understand something and you've got practical targets, you just do the things that you need to do to make it happen. And then when it doesn't happen, you can reflect back and look at, you know, the process. Where did we slip away from what we're aiming at, and how? And all of a sudden I'm solving a problem that matters instead of solving a decision of like, what should we do next, sort of thing. So having effect on the business in a positive way. Well, we have a lot more free time. I know both of us spend the weekends doing what we want to do now, more so than ever. Improving my own property. Alex goes to watch his daughter play football a lot on the weekends. So a lot of sports and a lot of field action. Yeah. So just having the freedom. And honestly, you know, a lot of the time I just like to enjoy the view. We live on the Gold Coast. It's nice around here.
It's also really good to be doing those activities and not constantly thinking about work or what should I be doing or what's coming up this week. You can really like commit to what you're doing at the time.
Being proactive with the financials and everything, all the different systems in the business, allows us to have that freedom on the weekend without having to think about it. I leave the office phone in the office. I have the freedom to do that now. One of my big goals is just to have the piece of nature that I inhabit here be up to the standard that I want it to be. There's a lot of work there. I want to improve on, like, this is the life that I see when I go outside every day. So, you know, more landscaping, more awesome little spots on my property. So much of my main motivation is just like community, the people around me, my friends, having the time and money to do whatever's happening with them. You know, like there's a lot of people that have got kids in my life. There's a lot of people that are more recently married that, you know, I just want to be able to do trips with and just local stuff.
We'll still be striving for them if we don't reach the goals.
Yeah, but it's more of the same. We don't want to just stagnate and do the same thing all the time. We're trying to hit the goals, get to the next place so that we can have those next like lofty targets, you know, like once you've got a house, then you can start thinking of what kind of space you want to inhabit or what kind of improvements you want to make. I'm sure it's a big motivator for you is just financial freedom for your kids and for you so that you can support them. They're getting older. And same thing for me. I just want to be able to have the time and the money to like interact with the community and my friends on the best level. This connection's one of my main things, and like I'm not a huge sports guy, but I love going to see sports because everyone's so into it and it's a big communal like feeling. It's one of the big driving factors in my life. Last year we sort of had a few ideas about Thrive Together, which is like more of a community outreach sort of program because we believe in the benefits, the mental health benefits of gardening so much that we really would like to have some sort of program that facilitated that for people. Not necessarily just disabled people or people that are looking for that like help in mental health, but just everybody. Like everybody can benefit from touching the ground, touching grass, getting their hands dirty. There's like real science coming out now about getting dirt under your fingernails and the mental health benefits that it has. So we do gardening for a reason, yeah. I think it's the accountability that we have with each other that helps us so much, but also the accountability that PT brings. Eamon doesn't let it slide if we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. And that's really important. That was like why I signed up in the first place, because like I love connection and community and everything, but I need someone to crack the whip. The coaching fashion, I believe in coaching, whether you're a sports, like an athlete or a business owner, everyone should have a coach.
I think it makes the workload like kind of mentally easier to deal with as well, seeing the whole group and the community online through PT. Also, like, you know, when people post their wins, like we're celebrating that along with them, but also you're seeing achievements that are achievable by other businesses that are in or were in the same position as us.
It's either positive reflection, oh, we did that too and that was great, or it's like a path to success where you're like, hey, we should try that, or that obviously worked for them.
Yeah, or encouragement, like that stage of the business sucks, but when it's done, you get to hear and look how great it is.
I definitely had financial reservations because it was like at a time when we had financial woes. So we were like, how can we afford another expense, you know? The immediate impact was obvious. We like having the pathway, even before we'd started, was like, okay, like we can see that there's a way out of this. We have to commit, but that means they obviously believe in the system and that they think we can make back that money. Like, let's just trust the process a little bit. I definitely had reservations though, and we've gone through periods of reservations even while we're still in the group, just because not everything runs smoothly 100% of the time. But I'm so glad that we've never like done anything about it and that we're still here, because we regularly go back and just enter the support network and re-enter, like you get a really good direction from the coaches, and that you sort of have to we sort of have to go and focus on getting that done for a while. And so sometimes we you know, are not as active as we want to be, but we've found that accountability just brings us back in every time, refocuses us. The 6-week plans, it's short enough that we just see the results straight away, re-motivated, re-engaged, and we just get back to it. It didn't take long after the first few weeks, and we were straight away seeing impact and seeing that you know, the coaches had the right ideas for us and helped us out. There's so much of what we've learned in coaching that past me just had no idea that was even on the table to be learned. Like you don't know what you don't know, and so past me would just be really impressed with how far we've come and how when a problem comes up, there's people on the team that know how to sort it out and solve it. Like, I think past me was like thinking about things and it's like, this is pretty chaotic, but we're getting through it. And if he could see us now, he'd be like, oh, like super impressed at the systems that gave us the time back that now we get to spend on other things or spend developing the business more.
I think past me would be like proud that I've kind of achieved where I had imposter syndrome about when we started, especially going and like meeting with clients and or discussing like larger jobs with people and stuff. I kind of really had imposter syndrome in my head about like, oh, can we do this? Whereas now it's kind of like, that's 3 or 4 of them a day that we're going to every day. And yeah, we are handling it and doing really well. So, like say when we were in the field, like, are we ever going to get to the point where we're employing several people? Whereas now we're way past that point. And all the guys that we have that work for us love it. So
both versions of ourselves in the past will be very impressed with the team culture that we've managed to establish, because that was a big part of the imposter syndrome. It's like, are people actually going to work for us and want to be happy to do it every day? Because it's a hard job, you know, it's hot in Queensland.
The whole way along the way, we've just, any of those doubts that have come up, we've just kind of smashed them, and now we're past them, and it's like, why was I even doubtful about it?
Yeah.
If I could send one message back to my younger self, it'd probably be to do this sooner.
Start getting coaching sooner too, because it's just accelerated things so much. Like we spent a lot of time in the beginning chasing our tails or doing work that wasn't profitable and not even knowing that it was happening. So yeah, I think early coaching, the right type of coaching, I would definitely recommend that to myself. I was going to say perseverance initially is what I would say to my younger self, but we got here, so I don't think I need to tell myself that. Yeah. We couldn't describe what boot camps are like in one sentence, I don't think. It's a feeling. It's like a big motivating force, just like a huge forward pushing force that once you get in the room with so many people, I feel built up just constantly throughout the day. I'm sure you get the same thing out of it, Alex.
Yeah, there's like an energy even for the week coming up, because we like to get in all our ducks in a row beforehand. And I really enjoyed the belt ceremony. Like, I find that really motivating when we're there watching, like, not only people that are getting the really crazy good belts, but also people that are starting out and getting their first belts, like seeing how happy that really makes them and stuff. Like,
yeah, we got to see some of the other businesses getting their belts like the same order that we did when they first joined up. They were a white belt, but now we've seen them come along a lot further than that, and our heights, our targets are getting higher as well.
I guess it doesn't really count as boot camp, but like the lunchtime in between, we always like socializing with everyone when we're there. So
yeah, we've made some super impactful relationships around boot camp, not even just in the room, but in the lunchtime or the breaks afterwards, even just having a beer or dinner later on that night. Some of the most valuable relationships in the business that add more to the bottom line than we could have ever thought. So practically, they're amazing, but also like mentally, it's just a huge boost and a huge focus. Because we have so many things happening in business all the time, I think getting in the same room is way more powerful than even just on a Zoom call or anything like that, because you just feel it and you're writing it down on a piece of paper, you're making it happen. In the boot camps too, a lot of the push from the coaches is to do it right then and there. So sometimes even on the day we've accomplished stuff that I've been putting off for however long.